trendybeats.com.
How are you? Hello. I hope that you're good. It's afternoon at the time of this broadcast. Welcome to today's School of Life with Gitonga Hame himself, which I'll be taking you through the School of Life. I want you to learn some principles that will guide you throughout your life, that you find that your life runs smoothly when you follow all these teachings. They shall be broadcasted every week. Every week we will have a broadcast on the School of Life. I cannot really tell the day, but it shall happen every week. Welcome to today's speech, and the title is Humble Beginnings. Humble Beginnings. Small beginnings is our topic today that we are going to handle in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Welcome to today's talk. Everyone begins somewhere. Everyone begins somewhere. You don't find yourself at the top table. You don't find yourself sitting at the top table if you did not begin small. We all begin small. Everyone begins small. Every person that you see high, every person who has got a bigger profile, started small, started humbly. So I don't know why you don't want to start small. Everyone must start small. And do not despise the small beginnings that you have. Do not despise the humble beginnings. For example, let's imagine of a CEO of a certain company. Currently he is the CEO, but when we flash back on his life sometimes back, he was an hustler. Yeah, he was an hustler. So the CEO position that he owns, which is a high table, the position that he currently owns, in comparison to the life of the hustler that he lived, we can have some sort of testimonies that can be used to help build other people. So do not despise the day of small beginnings, because it's a testimony for many. For example, there are very many personalities, there are very many high profile people that when we look at their lives, we have a testimony because of where they came from. Most of them came from a very humble beginning, but they are now at the high tables because they simply did not despise their small beginnings. Small beginnings are the ones that bring about those great things that you see. Someone saying that the great people are just ordinary people that do small things in extraordinary ways. These big things always come from small things. A big tree was once a seed. A big mango tree was once a mango seed. But it began there, it was watered, pruned, and all sorts of things that should be done to the tree before it grows, and then it grew into a big tree that we can even eat of its fruit. You see that when you take care of those small beginnings, then we can get the fruits from that small beginning. Are we together? Are we together? We all need to start somewhere. And one of the greatest mistakes that people make when starting low is giving up. That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can ever try. Giving up is one of the mistakes that I believe that they should not even be forgiven. Because even those hustlers, if those hustlers gave up with their lives, that I am from a poor background, that my family isn't able, that I'm not learned, they could not. There are a lot of amenities that cannot be in the world today. For example, when you imagine of the Facebook CEO, just imagine he gave up because if you learn from his history, starting from a small group. The foundation of Facebook began from a small group. What if he could have said, there are other computer engineers around the world, why can't they make Facebook? If he could have given up, where could I reach you through this afternoon? So do not ever give up on that small dream, that small beginning. Do not give up on it. Even God himself discourages that. And you cannot lie to me that you're a Muslim that does it, that you Allah and Quran doesn't hold you to that. No, even the Muslims themselves, even what do you call your God? Allah. Even he himself says that we should not give up. This is because he said that he created you from dust. He created you from dust, the drop from a semen, and then he made you. No female conceives or gives birth without his knowledge. But the most basic part is that he created you from dust. He created you from dust. Even we Christians were created from dust. Dust. That dust you don't want to see. That humble dust that you don't want to see. We were all created from there. And then we are human beings. What if then God could have despised dust? Can dust make it such thing? No. What could have happened? It will not exist. Let us not give up on these small dreams that we have. When you're working out on your small dream, when you decide not to give up and you decide to work up on your small dream, there are setbacks, there are problems that you encounter. Those problems are meant to make you strong. Do not give up on them. Those challenges are there to strengthen you and not to make you give up. Just keep holding and believing that it shall happen. Are we together? In Zechariah 4:10, and the Lord says, he rejoices in the small works. There was a king from the tribe of Israel during that time. He was the
More music on
trendybeats.com. Reconstructing the house of God, and the house of God was burned down to things that you cannot imagine. It was almost burned down to everything, to nothing. But Zebralel started there. He built the house from scratch. He built the house of God from scratch. What could have happened if he gave up? What could have happened? Answer that one in the comment section below. Small beginnings are there for a reason, and they serve a purpose, of which I've said that it can serve as a testimony purpose, and it can be used to strengthen you, to move to higher heights, to move to higher heights. Let us look in the Bible from the book of John 6:8. John chapter 6 verses 8. There was this young boy who brought some 5 loaves and 2 fish to Jesus. Some people saw 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus saw food that was enough to feed the whole congregation and have some leftovers. Do not allow people that see those loaves and fish in your life. Instead, have friends with the people that are seeing food that can feed multitudes and multitudes of people. Be friends with such people because they encourage you. Yeah, from the reality of life, 5 loaves cannot even feed yourself even for 2 days. But they fed that large congregation. What does this tell us? That these small things that we see, these small things that we see, let us not despise them. Let us not despise them. Let us help ourselves grow from such things and benefit even the society from such. Do not despise that one. They also help us to see how far we have come from. How far have you come from? When you stand before men, where will you tell them that you came from? Where will you tell them that you came from? Fight in that battle of small beginnings. Fight and be steadfast. And I promise that it shall be well with you, my viewer. Thank you so much for tuning in today's session. I am Getonga Hami, who was your presenter today. God bless you. Let's meet on Facebook at Kenyans TV. Subscribe, and YouTube at Kenyans TV. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. Thank you. God bless you.